Welcome back to Workers and Resources. Back in our Republic for a bit today. Although I think it's going to be limited to probably 4 hours, because I would like to do a race. Again, tomorrow I have an appointment. It's in a different time slot than I thought it would be. It's before noon, so streams should hopefully be mostly unaffected. But yeah, we're going to be doing a little bit of a slower Workers and Resources, or not slower, but shorter resources stream today. Maybe we can work on our extension of our leisure hub down in the southern area of the MegaCity 19th Center. With the auxiliary settlement gone, which never existed, and us being about 1,000 citizens away from actually acquiring a research point, we're continuously making progress. We do still have capacity. I think these houses could now house anyone. And some of these should be for high loyalty only. These are fine, I think this one can hold anyone now. Sure. Not pushing for the loyalty of the large prison just yet. We'll think about that. Oh, Savanakis, welcome. So everything goes well with the finances. We'll try and restart our loyalty program yet again. This time with a little bit more vigor. Hope you're good. I'm doing fine. Weekend pretty much has started for me, which is good. But yeah, some things to do this weekend. Not very much, but Sunday I'm gonna be gone again. So weird stream times. I don't know. I did say irregular streams on my channel, and I have been streaming every day this whole year, I think, so far. I don't know, I find this very relaxing. I hope you're fine too. Hope you're doing well. I think I can fix the tram route now, so if the return route is back from 4 before 5, get out. How do we do this? From the end station, go through this one, load anyone here, I guess. Passengers and students. Now they should be going the right way, I hope. I guess I should build this up. It's a massive investment into electricity for the tram network. I don't think we have that much demand, but it is going to be growing. Not slowly. So yeah, maybe 3 hours, maybe 4, something to that effect. I won't stream the race, but I do want to do more racing today. I had a lot of fun on Nordschleife, I guess. So they should be doing the loop now, I hope. We need to check one of the trams, I guess. Seems like they're still entering from the wrong side, as if they're like entering back here. Maybe something weird is going on. Let's see what this tram is going to do. It should not be able to turn around here, so it should go the long way around. If it does something weird, then we might have to make a change. Yep, that's how it should be. Yep. That's the intended path. So I should definitely split up the return trams and the arrival trams. So the return trams, I guess, could be on the outer stop, so they don't block anything. I just go in through another line and then they can balance themselves back together. So we'll leave the outer stop as just for arrivals, I guess. But yeah, seems to be how it should be. If they get to the next stop where they unload the students, then they'll be alright. From here they can't reach the school, so they do have to go to the next stop, which should be doable in 2 hours. You know, when the meat storage is done, then we will have to redo the refrigerated storage lines. It'll definitely be better that way. Yeah, I guess I could optimize the route a bit, having this tram line. That wouldn't be the worst. Sure. We'll build that too. And I guess the footpath down to the expo hall, which doesn't have water or sewage yet. But at least we can get the footpath connections in. Don't have to build the building just yet. If we could force them to go around the outside, they would block less traffic on this junction. Oh well. Can't have everything, I guess. And the end station on the left-hand side is also not ideal because of the left-hand turn, but that doesn't delay too much, I guess. I might need another end station here. It would make sense, I think. That was the horse feeder I built. Now I'm waiting on this one to run out, which is pretty much out. Let's just get rid of it. We did build the new waste storage as well. So I guess we could get rid of this one. Because the road's gonna go away. Lots of resource deliveries. We could allow them to access the area from right here, which would be terrible because then the trams would have a traffic issue. So this footpath, very low priority. Make all deliveries on a side road here. Much safer to do that. Two days of no workers and resources. Bit refreshing. Hello, Dentrasi. Welcome. Break was a good idea, I think. Still need to set up the substation because this one was supposed to only be a temporary solution. But I guess it could be a final. Still recognize the game? Nice. That's good. I have to relearn everything. It's been too long. What is this water pipe? What is that one? I don't remember that one. Oh, that's the water pipe that led into the power station sector, I think. At least I believe it is. Doesn't hook up to anything. Here's our sewage connection. It is building the sewage tank on the other side. but that should be okay. As long as we get a footpath connection somewhere, should be able to hook it up. And water's right next to it. Let's see if we can make that connection. Yeah, no problem. Alright, guess we could hook it up here. Is that fine? I guess it will be. So idea was something like this. I don't know if here, just in case we need another connection, but I doubt it. It's on the other side of the existing sewage pipe, which wasn't really supposed to get too much done, because it was already kind of next to its, close to its limited capacity. Oh, I should leave that connection open. If anything connects from the industrial area, we would be using that one. It's a little bit far away. Then again, it covers what I want to cover. Alright, I'll get that hooked up, and a water pipe. Okay. Sewage pipe, water pipe, another switch each. Some footpaths to connect it. Service access footpath here for utilities, which will also allow us to run the the expo hall. I'll build the water substation last. After the whole sewage system is in place. Well, the water pipe, I guess. Substation they can already build. Do we spend money on loyalty restart? Probably only after we've paid back all the loans, which, well, they are being paid back. Less than 2 months for most of them, and the other ones I'm paying back right now. 36 days. We'll be fine. Could restart the loyalty. Definitely a more massive investment this time in the loyalty program, so that we can make it behave reliably. Alright, let's try it. You also need to work in the prison, or at least try to. Alright, let's go. Oh my god, the cost almost $500,000. Well, I guess we need more loans. That is not enough people. Definitely we have to do that multiple times. I hope the loyalty will not drop as much this time. Hopefully they have more facilities to visit with the tram network running. This... you don't have the right of way, but somehow you did. Yeah, emergency vehicles pushing out everything onto the road where the trams are running is not great. But I guess that's how it is right now. Epidemic, no problem. So I'll have to pump a couple million into new migrants so we can bring the loyalty of our citizens back up. We definitely need to start loyalty boosting, not culture enjoyment. Make sure the people with the right loyalty get in here. What is the secret police doing? Why are there people with unknown... oh, right. Get the... I didn't do this. I didn't do the road sign again yet. That is a thing. No access. Where is it? That's gonna be a pain. This one I can't remove, otherwise it's gonna become a problem again. Okay, you will still work. We will definitely need a waste storage. Now only the people from these houses have access to the prison, which should hopefully, on average, have enough loyalty to run this without causing complications to the prisoners. No more people allowed to walk into the access area of the prison. That was a costly import. Sheesh. Alright. 2.8 million spent on migrants, but the ruble's just deflating in value ridiculously quickly. We can take out 271 million now. So taking out 10 million just to get some migrants is really not that much. It's just a hassle to manage the loans if we want to pay them back early. But other than that, no problem. Let's get a couple more. I need this to be self-sufficient. I need this to bring loyal people out that feed back into the houses. So we have to pump in a little bit of money until this works reliably. And once it's stable, then we can start emptying out the houses next to the large prison and try the same thing again for the people living in that area. Over here, I guess it's also not that much of a problem to limit the people who have access to this area. I mean, not really. It has a lot of walking distance, I guess. Yeah, for that one it would be more complicated. Make sure we have the loyal people that we need to run the prison and gain about 2% of loyalty every 20% of a year that they are serving a sentence. And maybe we can start the loyalty chain. Maybe. Sentences are way too little for that. But this is going to affect everyone. So people who get imprisoned with 4 years of sentence will drop significantly in their existing loyalty. By 37%. That's a lot. Lost all loyalty for the government. If we're gaining 2% every 0.2 years, that's about 10% per year. 4 years is 40%. So if someone has at least 10%, they'll be released with... If they have 4 years of sentence, and they have at least 10%, which the people with minor crimes probably won't have because the loyalty drop might be quite significant, but a good chunk of the people might release with sufficient loyalty to actually move into the houses then. We will see. This is something that we are going to invest a lot of money into, to try and get it restarted. It's going to be cheaper than trying to restart it with a large prison. We're close to 10,000 citizens, and it would be exorbitantly expensive to try and do that with the large one. Small one is our best bet. I mean, the other option would be an orphanage, I guess. A small orphanage might do it. But no, orphanages are for population growth right now. Run out of money a bit. Just take some loans. It's fine. Oh my god, the construction vehicles blocking everything. Let's make sure the horse carriages don't go back this way, I guess. No heavy goods vehicles. Does that count for horse carriages? This way. Apparently not. They don't count as heavy goods vehicles. Then I guess we can try a minimum speed of 30 and see if they abide by that. They do. Good. Do not go along this road in that direction. You can arrive here with cargo, but you have to go all the way around to return. I don't want to see no horse carriages here blocking everything. Alright, and you also don't do the silly loop anymore after stop 4. Before you load people, you do a trip past this stop, which brings you past the main station. Which is going to be the second one, which will be for worker pickup. So now we can get our workers a dedicated tram stop. 1, 2, 3, 4. End station, return, return, and then, yeah, loop again. So this stop will now have the ability to hold workers, and it will be removed from this one. Workers will be on their own platform. If there are any spare workers here. How do we get the tram from the customs house to the tram depot? I don't have a tram depot. I have a small train platform, a small train depot, which I connected with a tram road, and trams can launch off of that. And then I have an end station here that they go through, so they can get vehicle repairs either in the end station, or they can also go back into the train depot. But that's how I do it. $100 for 15 trams. 90... 900. Hello, Thunder. Trams are electric though, so they can't get to the depot. I pull them by train. I have a train set up that grabs them from the rail vehicle production and pulls them into the depot. You can do the same thing with the customs house. Just set a train to load the vehicle at the customs house and pull it into the depot. And then the train depot can be the transfer point where they get onto the tram network with the road entrance. Okay, this needs to change because trams have now the right of way. Need to make money, but I'm not sure how to go either coal and bricks 1930 style, by the way, or by car building. I haven't really researched most of it, just 2 more to go. If you get a Western road vehicle license and produce that for export, you'll be swimming in money. You should be fine. Brick production would require a lot of transportation overhead, so if you have a train it would work. But you need to make a lot of bricks. But it would help with construction efforts, I guess. I don't know what the coal price is like. Depending on the coal price, the brick price is either high or low. And the normal brick price isn't worth that much, I guess, but it can be okay. What, you can sell Western cars in the Eastern Bloc? Yeah. I'm producing Western vehicles en masse, and they sell for a lot of money in the East. 67,000 rubles per small vehicle. I load them onto a train and then export them, but you can also pick them up by truck and carry them to the border. So, train route, loading road vehicles from a vehicle storage and then selling them at the border. I can also load new trains, I guess, but not doing that. Meat storage is done. That's good. The pickup vehicle needs to pick up from here now. I'll need a dedicated pickup vehicle for the market hall as well. I think I produced one, but it might have been for a different route, so I need another one. Nope, there it is. I have one. So you're gonna go here, pick up meat, and then unload into the market hall, waiting until unloaded as well. What does it take to build one, as I'm thinking of importing materials for now? How much is the license, by the way? License is about 20 times more expensive or even more? Let's see. So if we take a look at, for example, the what's a good value? No, I can't check one. The Beetle, 17,000 US dollars. License for that one is 521,000. So 30 times as expensive, I guess. But our prices are inflated because of excessive steel prices, I think. You can take out a US dollar loan to get a license and then produce vehicles for the East and either not worry about US dollars or try and make it back with some exports over time. But yeah, license costs are expensive, but for Western vehicle export to the East, I would say they're definitely worth it. And they don't cost that much. I mean, it depends on what vehicle you want to build. The Beetle would cost less than a ton of steel, some plastic, fabric, mechanical components. We're producing Dixie cars, which are even less resources. They are just steel, fabric, mechanical, and electronic components. No plastic involved here. But yeah, you can run it with imported resources by truck. That's definitely possible. If you were making Eastern cars for export to the East, your profit margin would be significantly lower, but it should also be doable, I think. I haven't done the calculation on those prices yet, but with Western cars, it's always a safe bet. Or just Mars 305 bus is like a really good vehicle to produce, because it's also nice to use yourself, since it's, I think, the best bus, or at least it used to be. That might have changed since. As soon as we get the warning of insufficient wardens, I will have to dump more wardens in here. We can't let this slip. We are getting enough loyalty. Some people who are getting medium or even high sentences don't have as much of a loyalty drop because they will feel like their sentence is appropriately long. But yeah, if we get people with 60-70% loyalty to also move into these houses and then work in the prison, that would be ideal. Definitely better on the tram network not having return vehicles here into the city. Shutting off or making this road a minimum speed for any vehicle would probably help a lot. But who knows where the construction vehicles then would go and where they wouldn't go. They might also skip some maintenance tasks afterwards. That should be okay. Current construction tasks are taking a priority. Okay, you need to unload some meat. Come on. Well, the trucks probably need to wait until loaded, but that should not be irrelevant. After we brought the initial supply of meat in, I hope. quite the busy location. Could put another grocery here, I guess. Could put a grocery here that is directly attached to the market hall. For some more reliable shopping. I did not leave room for that idea. I guess that's fine. That's a lot of workers. There's also a lot of people wanting electronics, which, yeah, they're not gonna get. Never. I refuse. Hello, apparently potatoes. Welcome. I still want a gallery of the art here. And maybe one more attraction building. I might build the Ferris wheel. I think it would fit this location. Yeah, no. That will probably go somewhere else. If we decide to build a building for 45 visitors that covers a lot of area. I mean, it might be a good location for it. Near here somewhere. Yeah, loyalty gain looks good now. If we started with 55% minimum loyalty, we might be able to maintain a good rate of people with high loyalty into the houses that then can also boost loyalty of new people. But I think we'll have to probably restart it with a bit more migrants. Change the horses? No. This is a 19th century style settlement. The horses will stay. Majority of horses will be used, with some trucks and trams sprinkled in. But it's an old school style settlement, no matter what the year says. Horse is very bad, yeah. But that's the challenge. That's the goal of this, trying to get a large amount of people while still using horses. I don't want to use the best vehicles, I want to try and make something work with a suboptimal setup. I mean, we have a steel mill in the middle of the city, so we're also throwing caution to the wind in regards to pollution. We have heating plants right next to residential buildings as well. On the highest difficulty. Guess I'll have to tell them to work in the orphanage first. Main goal. Keep the orphanage staffed with as many people as possible to try and keep it at optimum efficiency. Hope the horses absorb some of the pollution. They sure do. I'm sure of it. That's a good running orphanage. Pretty much at capacity. Not dropping too much. Criminality is being reduced. We got 118 children in here. The ideal at 100% productivity is 220 if I remember correctly. Never mind, 160. Sheesh, okay. Well, we're not at 100% productivity yet, and we won't be in the orphanage, but we get 3/4 of the efficiency of the orphanage, I guess. Good loyalty. 28 years old. 67% loyalty. Still another... how much is that? 5 loyalty ticks of 2%, so another 10% on top. And then they should move into some of these buildings, making very loyal people live here, who then should work in the prison. 89% loyalty. Let's go. When they add to the pollution with the waste though? Horses don't produce any waste as far as I know. Unless you take them out, I guess. 89% loyalty, 65 happiness. Stayed the same. Work shift in the prison. Let's go. More loyalty. Maybe we can get it started with a single migration wave. It seems to be running a lot better. Should be bio-waste if you know what I mean. Yeah, fertilizer probably. Or bio-waste, one of the two. If you know what I mean. Yes, I know. Horses poop. Everyone poops. Looks a bit cold in your city at the moment. It's fine. The houses are warm, that's what matters. Good heat water tanks everywhere. Here's a little bit cold, I guess. in the orphanage. Not ideal, but it's holding. Still need to set up that heat exchanger so we can extend the housing. But that's for later, after the commercial district. Need a housing extension. MegaCity 19 Siberia edition coming soon. Can you look at your open haul truck list and see your truck? Oh, that's the horse carriage. That's this thing. Yeah, that is available from the start. We got that one. We used it to carry track builders into the Republic, for example. Or more than 13 tons. Well... That would be the Yard 12D open, which, no, that also can only carry 11. Nope. That one can carry 27 tons, but it's a trailer. So the trailer might be able to carry more than 13 tons. The front bed looks very short, so maybe the trailer is 20 tons or something. 1957, I guess. Even the Skoda can't carry that more than 13, so there you go. Hello, Ofenklappe. Welcome. Cannot store or export mixed waste. Well then. Incinerator is full. Machine replacement ongoing. Steel needed. Higher priority, please. So yeah, so it's gonna be a short workers and resources stream today. By that I mean between 3 and 4 hours. But we should be back normally tomorrow. I've decided to do more racing today, but without a stream. That's no good. What's going on with the chemicals? Wait, what are you doing? Shunting. We got 6.6 tons of chemicals. Are you not keeping up with moving the chemicals into the city, or what's going on? Should hopefully be okay. Hi Birchwood, I've played this game a lot until a year ago, thinking of getting the early start DLC and play some more. How does it work with early start building? You need to replace them and build new ones halfway, or...? No, you can just keep your early start buildings. Some of them are a little bit less efficient, some of them have the same efficiency, some of them might even be better, depending on what you want. You just get a whole set of new buildings, vehicles. Vehicles are gonna be less capacity and slower than more modern vehicles, so you'll probably have to plan around smaller settlements, and you also get some industries which are lower capacity, like a small food factory and a small distillery and other things. The beta branch comes with some nice additions. Also, for example, the small rail construction office for early start, because building these ones will take a long time. So you get a fairly cheap single rail vehicle rail construction office, so you can get started with rail construction pretty much immediately if you want to. And they're also easy to relocate. I guess the shunting of chemicals is not sufficient enough. We need another train car. We're waiting too long until unloaded for food. So I'll have to throw in another train car for chemicals. MegaCity, by the way, thank you. Took a while. We started in 1880. Default earliest start year is 1920. I decided to start 40 years earlier than that. And built a large city in the middle of the map, which was a pain to do, but we got there. Goal is 100,000 citizens. We're 8.8% of the way there. Alright, I'll get another train car. We'll assign that one to just chemicals. Nothing else. And off you go. Start 8 years earlier to get a 5,000 population head start. Yeah. It takes a while to get... Like, it's difficult to get over 1,000 people with just horses. Really difficult. Horses are very slow, low capacity, and eat a lot of crops. I need to check something. Did I upload the latest MegaCity 19 run? That was like 3 days ago. Yes, I did. Okay. $2.7 million rubles for an export of Western trains to the east. Definitely worth it. No complaints from the prison yet. Still making quite a few loyal people in here. Must make sure that the houses don't run full. Until we're stable. Like, once these houses are full, they should all be over 60% loyalty, ideally, on average. That's the goal with this, because then it should be self-sustaining. And we could try and populate the houses to prepare the next prison for running with high loyalty. Or maybe better, the The houses next to the public school could work. Some highly educated workers that work in the school that everyone has to go to, with a loyalty requirement of, well, over 50 definitely. Would be a good start. Because then everyone would benefit off of that loyalty. So I think we'll go for the school next, not the prison. But only with the overflow of the highly educated. The overflow of regular educated will go into houses next to the prison. There we will split up the workforce. I mean, the earliest start date you get with the early start DLC is 1920, so you do get earlier start dates with appropriate vehicles and buildings. So I only started 40 years earlier. Is the machine replacement done? No, but the resources finally got delivered. Now we just need 12 workers to finish it up. Which hopefully someone can do the delivery here. I should have a local construction office dealing with the maintenance. We have so many workers assigned to this. Let's just send them back to other buildings. The local workers inside the building will also build it up slowly, but with a dump of 15 workers, we could get it done in a reasonable amount of time. Our factories are currently not producing because the waste has run full. But it is not affecting the city, at least. And you could also be working right now, I guess. There's an overflow for the technical service. Vehicles could be picking up here and dropping it into the second dump. That'll be done soon. I've rewatched the trailer from Away Team from Clay that got posted 8 months ago again. It's like a spin-off of Oxygen Not Included. I hope it's gonna release this year. That is a game that I'm excited for this year. Other than that, I don't have many. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for Wolfpack. Finally getting an update with a campaign. I'm excited for Workers and Resources, the next DLC. And other than that, I don't remember what I'm actually excited for this year. Okay, Shadow Empire DLC, obviously. What else am I excited for? Let me sort my release date list. Oh yeah, Slay Spire is releasing today, isn't it? Slay Spire 2. In less than an hour. Well, I guess that's gonna be played by a lot of people. Captain of Industry Trains expansion, not so excited. What was the first game? Away Team. Oxygen Not Included spin-off. where you play as a single duplicant running around on the planet trying to survive. Has more detailed physics, but you're only a single character. Has passed me by. Yeah, it only had a single trailer, or a single live stream let's play by the developer 8 months ago. I'm not sure when it's gonna come out, but I'm hoping. Other than that, my excitement for the rest is not that high, I guess. Syntopia, I guess I'm somewhat excited, but also not that much. I don't think it's going to be much different from what we already played. Frontline Logistics, I guess I'm really excited for, once that gets a real early access version with customizable settings. Yeah, Frontline Logistics definitely. I want to do a full run on that, on a large map or something like that. Oxygen not included, yeah. I feel like I also got a lot this month alone, starting with Timberborn 1.0. Yeah, Timberborn got released 1.0. I don't know if I should play that or not. But yeah, today I guess most people are going to be playing Slay the Spire 2 in less than an hour. I didn't even realize it's going to release today. I think people are excited. Rightfully so. I hope it's going to be good. Not sure I'm going to buy it, but I probably will. I had a decent amount of fun with the first game too. Next week. Ah, okay. I thought it already came out. There's nothing here that gets blocked. So I guess we can do this one too. And then do the other one as well. But yeah, go check out Away Team. Unless you want to not get excited for it yet, because it doesn't have a release date yet. That's like the downside, getting excited for games that don't have a release date. But here's hoping. Hello, Think Like, welcome. Delayed the launch as they found out the same as Slay the Spire and another game that releases today. Ah yeah, okay. Totally wasn't lurking and not saying hello before. Nah, that's fine. That's fine. Well, to tease you back, I guess, I'll link you the Away Team live stream that has some gameplay for it. How about that? Right at the start of gameplay. There you go. Enjoy the tease. It is 8 months old. So yeah, that's like a thing that came back into my mind recently. I really was getting excited once I saw it, and then I forgot about it. Because no release date and nothing playable. It's better to forget about it. And now 8 months later I'm like, yeah, I remember it again. I would like to actually play that this year. It would be nice. You weren't kidding, no? I was not. why are you sending so many prisoners to this prison? I think we have to get another migration wave. This prison seems to be lacking a little bit. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, that was the wrong button. Let's keep the worker count high. Make sure this loyalty wave entrenches itself. There goes a few months of my life, thanks Des. You're welcome. I am wondering if I can get something barbaric to play one of these games, because I think he would really enjoy those. Even though they might be not his art style. But this one isn't a management game, but it might be the gateway drug into the Oni universe, I guess. Which has 2 games in it. And the other one is a management game. But this one is a side-scrolling survival game with no combat, they said. But yeah, you don't have to worry about it, it's not out yet. Just, yeah, no idea when. That's the downside. Incinerator is running again. I should probably up the amount of workers here, I guess. Let's do 2. Maybe it was too few anyway. Probably not though, it doesn't produce that much waste. And yeah, the other one, Wolfpack, submarine simulator, co-op game, first person, German U-boat, Second World War. Realism out the wazoo. I streamed that one before, it's very atmospheric, very difficult to play solo. They were saying in the last update that in the next couple months the update might be ready with the co-op campaign, which might be or might not be very rough, we'll see. But yeah, it's developed by 2 people, so they're taking their time. Unfortunately, the last beta branch version is from 2 years ago, and the last public version is from, I think, 4 years ago now. Best U-boat sim is Silent Hunter 3 forever? Not forever, no. If you don't know Wolfpack, you might be pleasantly surprised by Wolfpack. That game is turning out to be potentially a competitor for Silent Hunter 3. In my opinion. Depends on how the campaign release goes, I guess. Right now it's mostly a quick mission combat sim. But the campaign will hopefully alleviate that. So yeah, I guess the best U-boat sim, fully fledged U-boat sim, is Silent Hunter 3, I would agree with. But there's another one coming that I also have my eyes on. Not as excited for that, because who knows when that is going to be available. That one is called Modern Naval Warfare. And in that one you're piloting a nuclear submarine. And it also comes with fully fledged in 3D interiors with functioning stations. And I hope they don't get contracted by the military and then never release that game. But yeah, they've been teasing that one too. Not as excited because absolutely no time frame for it. No reference point. But the fact that I could be learning a little bit more about modern U-boats in a video game would be kind of cool. Ever played U-boat or Cold Water? Yes. Cold Water is more action oriented. That is third person piloting U-boats. U-boat has the campaign down, I think. But the realism is pulled back a bit for playability. How can I support you? You can't. Not right now. I don't need it right now. I'm doing this for free, I guess. We're out of alcohol. Do we have lack of... I guess we weren't producing alcohol for a while. There's 11 tons incoming now. That is a very busy Republican theater. Way too many workers in it right now, but it's got a decent amount of visitors. Hopefully that'll bring up happiness. Respect, my friend. Yeah, whenever I need it, I'll ask for something right now, but I'll ask for something, but right now I don't need it. Are we a megacity yet? I don't know. 9,000 people. In workers and resources, I would say it's a pretty large settlement. 9% towards our goal. Hello, deviant fish. Cold water already exists? No, cold water is not a... Cold water is a different style of game because we don't have an simulated interior with simulated stations. That's like a third-person action, or it's not really action-oriented, but it's a third-person U-boat piloting game. It has some elements of realism, but the modern naval warfare game is going much more in depth about piloting the U-boat from within. Which I think is going to be more complex. Hello, Hailstorm. Welcome. MegaCity? Now let's go for GigaCity. Okay, what is the accurate term? Between kilo and mega. I guess we're going for 100 kilo cities. 0.1 mega cities. Metropolis, I guess. A mega city would be 1 million. A true mega city, I guess. But I don't want to try and get 1 million people and workers and resources because I... Slum? No. No slums. Just spicy air. Keep the population in check. Yeah, a lot of prisoners showing up in this prison. I think they're balancing it based on loyalty somewhat. Because this has half capacity than the large prison, but it has not half the amount of prisoners, it has more than that. Slumdog Blinky? No. No slums. Interesting. Okay. So I think an electric substation here would be not going amiss. Maybe we can put that next to the refrigerated storage. I could have used this for water and sewage as well, but I'll put it next to the road, I guess. Maybe the substation too. Thank you for streaming and entertaining us. Yeah, you're welcome. Meat storage is half full. That's definitely more reliable for the delivery to the area. The waste storage is here, will have to be connected again once the roads are done. Until then, I guess they can use the waste storage across the road. Apparently that doesn't count for some reason. Is this road not connected? It shouldn't be too far away. Definitely not. Something is weird with the footpaths again. I guess it is too far away? So weird. Or is this one not connected? No, it is connected. I don't know why they can't reach this. It's a bit strange. Oh, no. It makes sense because I put a no pedestrian sign here. That is intentional. This waste storage is only for the orphanage. My bad. All intentional. That's a lot of visitors. Sheesh. Well, they're getting culture here. And hopefully at some point attraction, entertainment too. I don't see anyone with attraction demand in here, but I guess that's fine. Lots of culture for everyone. Okay, the building's almost full for people with regular education. I guess I should limit these to people with regular education only. And we will start opening up or preparing a building for high loyalty here. Over 50%. There. This will hold people with basic education, higher loyalty, over 50%. So we have a little bit of an overflow. And they will also then work in the large prison. And then this one I will have to prepare as well. High loyalty, highly educated only. It'll slowly start accepting people. At some point we'll increase the loyalty requirement inside the school, which should increase the loyalty for everyone. I don't think I'll focus on the university this time, just the school. Need to reduce the amount of access points where I'm trying to increase the loyalty inside our republic, and I think maybe the university is not the right way to approach this at the moment. But everyone has to go through the school, so I think everyone there would benefit off of the loyalty that we are putting inside that building. Does the radio station help increase loyalty? Yes, the radio station is the go-to way to do it. The downside of the radio station is you have to buy electronics to have the people be affected by it. So it can be quite costly. And I'm trying to figure out a way to do it without... I've been searching for a stable way to get loyalty boosted for a while. In the beginning it worked quite well, and then I got greedy and then the loyalty crashed again. We got up to 60% average loyalty in the Republic without radios or TVs. Yeah, you need the research for the loyalty program inside the radio or TV station. Then you can easily boost loyalty with them. Lap time 725 seconds. We got 15 trams. Well, let's reduce the timer a bit. $500 plus 250. That's 750. Which comes close to this time now. Should be more reliable at moving passengers around. Students. Yeah, the market hall has a very nice internal storage capacity. Have an extra building here right next to the main tram line, I think will serve us well. So we'll probably have a lot of tram throughput eventually. We still need to run a tram line the opposite direction as well. Need to set up another end station for that. I can't have all the trams going through this end station. I need dedicated tram end stations on the line in each direction. It's gonna get very messy otherwise. So we'll probably have an end station on this entrance. And then an end station somewhere... I mean, this one I guess could serve the incoming trams from this side, that's fine. If we run a second route through an end station, it gets messy with the direct assignment, then we will have to use the dynamic assignment of the spacing. But yeah, we could also hook this end station up from this direction and skip the first one at the moment, because it doesn't make sense at the moment. This whole go to this end station through here, this way. I'll have to figure out a new route. Where I'm assigned? I don't know. I don't know where you are assigned. I hope they don't prefer the footpath, the side entrance. I might upgrade this to a footpath of streetlights. I think I'll do that. then also the entrance on this end. We'll also need street lights. Shouldn't take too long to upgrade, I hope. Do we have a waste storage? Yes. Although that might be a little bit small for how many people are arriving at your building all the time. I guess we could put them next to the service facilities here. "64 happiness, you went through that large building. Does it boost your happiness in any way?" Not really. It's just a very high capacity building, I guess. Cinema is more efficient though. But not as impressive. Still have to draw the ground coverage in, but well, if that removes the trees, we can always replant them. Oops. Does it have a coloring option? It should. No, does not. No textures for the Republic Theater. I mean, that's fine. Not everything needs a texture, I guess. Does this remove the trees? It does. Okay. Well, it was to be expected, I guess. We can put them back, it's fine. Just removes the trees. I'll put them back later. Reconstruction in progress. Prison complaining about insufficient wardens. I guess that's bound to happen. Very good loyalties here. Houses are filling up. This one is now the next building to receive loyalty. And they will start working in the prison. And then we might have to assign another building if that one fills up. But we gotta be really careful with how many we assign. Because if we do too many and we split ourselves too thin, then it's gonna collapse again. I definitely need to assign one building to only take 75 to 100% loyalty, I think. So we can try and bolster the loyalty here a bit more. Take the most loyal people into those buildings. And people with any loyalty towards the other prison. For highly educated, they're not full yet, so we'll have to wait. But yeah, we'll split up the loyalty. And if they start emptying out, we will have to assign them to 50 to 75% loyalty again. Why do these trams always show up in bulk as if they got held up? I guess there's different routes now, but there was a traffic jam somewhere. A pretty long one. The extra end station should solve it, I think. The road into the end station didn't really need sidewalks or streetlights, I guess. Are you going to a different stop I'm not accounting for right now? Because I don't think you should be able to. Some of the children in here were complaining about being unable to get to a school, but I guess that has resolved itself. There was just an issue with the tram, I guess. With the traffic jam. Not enough kindergartens either. Where's the side entrance? Does it not have a side entrance? Is that the only one? Oh, there's one. Yeah, I think I would upgrade this to a footpath with street lamps as well. We'll have to wait until the footpaths are upgraded. Then maybe I drop a kindergarten here. If parents want to visit the attraction buildings, they can drop their children off into a kindergarten nearby. No running water yet. The sewage switch and sewage pipe seems to all be done. Just a substation missing, which is pretty much done. Just needs a couple of workers to walk onto the construction site and it'll be fine. And by that I mean wait until the horse carriage with the 15 workers gets here and builds it up for us. And then we can have running water here too. And nothing prevents us from having the expo hall as well. Installing street lamps. Incinerator caught back up again. Waste storages are empty. Production facilities are running. Means the alcohol inside the city should be filling up again, which it is. So that's resolved as well. So maybe once we have one or two houses, probably two houses here filled with very loyal people, we can increase the loyalty requirement on the second prison and start boosting loyalty here as well. Until then, I'll just have to run for criminality reduction, and hopefully by that point the reconstruction is also done. Concrete deliveries are taking a while. Oh wow, that's a lot of vehicles heading to this building. How would this road be afterwards if we have the end station here? Right now they are dropping off people and going into the end station. I guess we wouldn't be visiting that stop anymore? Or we would do a loop through this stop to get back to the end station before doing the next route. That sounds more sensible. God dang ambulances. You don't have right of way anymore? This is correct. Incoming trams have the right of way before other road vehicles. Makes more sense. Well, there's running water. That'll allow us to get some residential buildings between the leisure district and the main road. Might as well build that up too. The main road at least. It's only gravel after all. %, highly educated. Still got 3 loyalty ticks left to go. So we're gonna have someone with a higher education and 100% loyalty. And they're not too old either. 35. They can push that loyalty in a couple places towards our students. We don't need that many loyal people inside this building to propagate it inside our school. But we definitely need to make sure they work in the school. We don't have an education crisis right now. As soon as I start pumping up the loyalty demand inside the school, we need to make sure we have enough professors, teachers. But then everyone would basically start increasing in loyalty again, because that's our only school, and everyone would go through it. Still waiting on the average loyalty of the building to increase a bit more. Then we can probably run the priority on the school versus the university. Because once we increase the loyalty requirement, not everyone can work in there. And it only accepts 30. So it will not take every worker anyway. These are going to be our contact points for loyalty. Small prison, overflow into the large prison, and highly educated overflow into the school. But everything is going to be seeded off of the small prison now. So hopefully this is stable. It looks like it should be. %64% average loyalty, everyone working in the prison. Until this is full and we have one extra house, we don't have to think about boosting loyalty yet, so this is currently just an attempt to preserve some loyalty. Make sure we don't lose too many. Unknown loyalty, because secret police hasn't been here in a while. Secret police would also benefit off of higher loyalty, but that would be a nice to have feature. We can't really rely on that. I want the most loyal, highly educated workers in here, 75% and up. And then these will be overflow for other highly educated workers. Which can work in the nearby secret police, that's fine. But priority is still going to be the prison, which is currently a bit understaffed. There we go, that's better. That's worse. And if we keep the loyalty of the citizens moving into these flats to 75 or higher, they have a lot of loyalty left before they drop down to 55 and it becomes insufficient. Plus the high loyalty is going to increase the average loyalty gain. So that's going to be quite helpful. Maintenance of this prison hasn't been completed yet. Almost there. Need some more concrete, which hasn't been delivered, because they're all focusing on the other building. Ah, it's heading here now. Good. Oh, there's a dirt side entrance. I guess I didn't see it. That's fine then. I need some hydration. Alright. There's an excavator working on this groundworks for the expo hall. I still need the Ferris wheel. Well, I don't need it, but I want it. And I would like to at least have a House of Culture. Sorry, Gallery of the Art. I think that would be a minimum addition to this area. Maybe I'll skip on the kindergarten here and put the gallery of the art in place, because it seems like it would fit quite well. Don't think it'll have a waste storage in range, but we can arrange that. Road construction on this end is low priority. It is not needed. This one shouldn't be built at all at the moment. We're not really supposed to do the university education here. I'm gonna shut this building down again. Especially since students are showing up with insufficient loyalty, which aren't allowed to study here. Get out. We're only using that university for research until we find a proper location for it. And we'll probably build a large technical university at that point. Iron price increase, are you serious? Okay, sure. 47,000 rubles per ton, 26,000 US dollars. Why not? I think the concrete mixers are stuck. Yep. And you're stuck too. 9,400 citizens. The children from the very loyal people might be able to get into the student hall of residence if they join that one with sufficient loyalty after going through a school education with not that much loyalty. If we start boosting loyalty via the school, I'll increase the loyalty requirement for the student hall. No students, tourists, passengers are fine, I guess. No workers. Actually, also no passengers. This is just an unloading station. Everyone get out of here. And then the carousel is what I would like to have. They wouldn't really be able to see into the garbage storage because it would be underneath them. I don't think. They'll be able to see left and right. Mostly. And a little bit forward and backwards, I guess, but they would rise over the garbage storage. They could smell, I guess. Could be quite smelly. That's okay. We'll set that up. Give them a Ferris wheel here too. High grade entertainment. With a good view over the Republic Theater into the city and some view of the industrial sector for people who like that. Concrete got delivered, now we just need the workers here. Finish up the construction. Why are you having issues? It should not be a thing. Is loyalty that important? Well, we're trying to filter out the people with the highest loyalties, so I guess, yeah, just gotta wait. Alright, this is all removed. Time to get rid of the road. The waste storage here should be enough for the repair station. There's not that many people working in it. And we definitely don't need waste separation or extra capacity for hazardous waste. That is only reserved for hospitals. I think some of the dump trucks might also be stuck, but I didn't see any last time I looked over here. I guess they're just busy with regular work. Probably delivering asphalt and gravel to the expo hall. That would make sense. Tram stop for residential buildings in the area so they can get closer into the city with the tram line that's going to run clockwise. They can drop off the existing tram stops leading all the way up to the hospital, but we might build another hospital nearby because they're getting quite close to the power station. If we set up residential buildings here, this is going to be somewhat polluted, quite heavily so. Heating plant plus heavy industry and 2 power plants is probably not a good thing for your health. Although the water wells say it's still okay. The highest we can have is 95% water quality, and buildings nearby are lowering the quality down anyway. Doesn't seem to be too bad. I mean, here it's terrible. You can see the yellow dots all over the place, even where there's no residential buildings. And it seems like the pollution drops off towards the city. I mean, we'll have to check in January, when the heating plants were running for several months. But for now it doesn't look too bad. I guess the substation's gonna stay. That's fine. Heating plant should probably have its own substation anyway. There's room for a couple more buildings if we want them. I don't think we will fill this out with an attraction building, but maybe here something could fit in the area. A small carousel. I don't know. I don't see the need for that, but we do have a road potentially planned heading this direction, and something could make its way over there. For the train fans, looking at this parked steam train. $315 tons of iron, 1.2 million rubles, 850,000 US dollars. It's a ridiculous value. Still need that extra kindergarten. I guess that is what we could put over here. Or we just put it next to the orphanage, so parents can threaten their children with dropping them off into the orphanage. We'll be slowly starting to upgrade roads leading through the city to brick roads with sidewalks and street lamps. Well, groundworks of the expo hall almost done. 200 tons of bricks. Train deliveries shouldn't be too slow right now because we're not building as much. Don't burn my loyal people. Get that extinguished quickly. I don't think they're at home right now. They're most likely out partying or out working. Not a lot of people should be asleep right now. So yeah, for the prison workers, we have to slowly cycle out the population of initial workers with those that have more than 75% loyalty. I hope the prison can keep churning people out that follow that requirement. And then those workers would keep the loop going. Right now we're training a couple workers for other residential buildings, which is, I guess, not ideal. But those flats are filling up rather quickly. I probably need to set up traffic signs here because this is all just right-of-way nonsense. I did not set anything up. So the outer area has the priority. That does not merge cleanly, but it will hopefully once the other section of road has been completed. Looks a little bit scuffed. I could be setting up some distribution offices, a large amount of them, and then running exports to the customs house by horse carriages. Or I could be importing extra iron ore by horse carriage just to drive up the price even more. That would be silly. All the steel is already here, just bricks and boards missing. Let's make sure the vehicles aren't stuck. Looks okay. Guess they're all busy. Well, looks alright. I just need like 1 or 2 extra houses for 200 people and we would have enough for a research point. What would I research? Do I go up the heart attack prevention and stroke prevention for more health? I don't think I need more health. The orphanages are dealing with that quite excellently. We could maybe think about getting the pollution detector. Just so we have a more clear view of how bad it actually is. Wouldn't really be that useful, I don't think. Chemical plants are an option. Everything else is too modern, although we do use semiconductors, so we use electronic components, so I guess producing those might be something we could get. Grand monuments, wouldn't be opposed to that. I don't want to get a radio station. Tourism could be a thing, but that would just give us more money. But also employment opportunities for the population inside the city. Bauxite as a resource, wherever bauxite could be, for extracting. Because we could do that with excavators. And yeah, the rest is healthcare. Healthcare would be nice. Come on, concrete mixers, you can already start delivering concrete to the gallery of the art. And don't get stuck. Still need the waste storages. And ideally the footpaths leading into the building from a side that visitors would actually enter it from. Royalty still seems good. You're gonna be released. 96% loyalty after the release. Maybe 95. 96, you get moved to the building of the other prison, which accepts any loyalty. Any loyalty higher than 50. Got more potential for buildings of the attraction nature next to the market hall. I don't think I want to build a giant pub, but I was thinking of boosting the alcohol addiction of my citizens to see if that would help with happiness, to try and counter the demand for electronics. Let me check what people are doing when after they've visited the pub for alcohol. 76 happiness, 35 loyalty. Happiness went up by 1%. Is that for everyone who enters the pub? Where are you going? You don't have any more demand, but I guess you want to visit an attraction building? You want to do something. 69 happiness, 36 loyalty. There will be a tram coming soon. But I guess not for you. Never mind. Would never had time anyway. Happiness didn't go up. I don't know what other demand you had. You wanted to, I guess, go to some attraction building. Maybe because you had enough time to do something. 64 happiness. Also went up by 1%. 72 happiness. 72, 37. 73, 37. Yeah, maybe getting people hooked on alcohol isn't a bad thing, is it? I mean, it costs us some money, I guess, to produce the alcohol, but it's really not that much. And if we could boost people's happiness that way, I guess we just need to make it fancy. What about an attraction building, like a spa cafe? right across the street from the pub, a cafe for more alcohol. Wait, did that not require heating? No, it does. We're just out of range for heating on this end. Still need the new heat exchanger. Should be able to cover everything up to the river if at some point we relocate the demand for distribution offices off into another location and build our settlement all the way up to it. We definitely have that capacity here. Water, sewage, electricity and heating next to the water shouldn't be a problem. But we would have to relocate the distribution offices and technical services into a different location. But they still have as good of an access to the waste storage initially. That initial transportation from the technical service to the waste storage is the important one. Transporting it to the incineration site can take a while, but they need to get to the waste storage quickly. So that in case it is full, another waste truck can be dispatched as soon as the other one has arrived and they realize, yep, a single one can't do it. I mean, the other option is to build multiple waste storages in an area, then they also dispatch multiple waste trucks, I guess. One per waste storage at most. Okay, one per waste storage per waste type, but for the city that's all mixed waste. And occasionally the hazardous waste for the hospital. Yeah, that area is quite busy for walking through the power connector for the trams, I guess. Almost done with the new end station. Now we'll have to figure out the new lines based off of that. Come on, prison. You do have enough workers here. I don't know what's happening. No messages? No messages for what? I can see your messages. But yeah, no chat messages, I guess, for over an hour. That's fine. People are lurking, hopefully, and just enjoying the stream, which is fair. Hello, Rickety Railway. Welcome. Yeah, next time we can definitely push over 10,000 citizens. I'll probably fill up the housing area next to the orphanage. I will need that heat exchanger, which I think will be dropping in somewhere next to the rail line. And then we should be able to cover everything. She's also eating and didn't want to chat with a full mouth. Yeah, that makes sense. That is very responsible. Thank you. Chatting with a full mouth is like typing with greasy fingers, I guess. Where's Bricks Factory? No Bricks Factory yet. Hello, Absurd. Welcome. Yeah, having the end station further away, close to the pickup point, should hopefully reduce the traffic issues that they're experiencing. We're pretty much loan free again, but I'll not pay the loans back because that's getting just too annoying. We could buy another license. I still want the BR80, I guess. 29,500. That is, I guess, perfect. So I'll get that one. If we need more shunting locomotives for the city, we can produce them ourselves. And replacement vehicles, I guess. Starting the fight for loyalty again. Looks good. Decent amount of professors with high loyalty. Well, not really. 4. That's gonna take a while to fill up. I mean, these houses are filling first, I guess. Because they're quite understaffed. Yeah, I like this this tram station with the 4 different tram lines running in here. It's giving us a lot of capacity. Splitting up the population, waiting at the tram stops is very convenient. Students we could pick up going in both directions. But passengers should be going the fastest direction to where they want to go. I mean, on the route, I guess they don't lose any time when they're in a vehicle. So the free time doesn't go down. They have the traveling in vehicle time limit. So it should be also okay for passengers to go both directions as long as they arrive in time. But currently there's nothing on the right side road for them to go to, so it doesn't make much sense. Maybe once the asphalt and concrete plants have been relocated again and we can have a little bit of a commercial area with some attraction buildings next to the university district, and also have a tram unloading station nearby, a tram station. They can walk from this point already to that location. But this is an industrial area and passengers don't really have anything to do here, I guess. Expo Hall is up. Attraction galore. Very good. It also satisfies culture demand, but also attraction demand. Very nice. They currently have to use the side entrance because the front entrance hasn't been completed yet. And if they still use the side entrance after we completed the front entrance, we'll probably demolish this one. Because I don't want them walking in there. So how's the pollution now? We pick a water well. It's down to 89%. It's getting yellow here already, so the cableway station, the cableway line is like a good indicator of where pollution is already quite heavy. But I guess we're not going to care too much about that because we have got orphanages. It's going to be fine. We don't want residential buildings across the train track, and probably not even across the main road. The area between the train track and the road is gonna not be occupied by anything. Maybe monuments. There's the end station. So for your line, that's important. 1, 2, loop around, 4, 5, and then return, and that's it. I'm gonna be redoing that, starting off of the end station. This is the return stop, this is the pickup stop, first one. This is passengers and students and workers with no education. So we don't have to use this stop anymore. We will load them if someone wants to get onto the tram line. Last stop pretty much all the way around. Unloading stop. Through this line. No one gets picked up here. End station. And the end station is already at the first stop, so go back to the end station and then you do the line again. That's the new route. And that gets the route off of the end station inside the city. Or like next to the repair station. Trams should still be getting repaired if they drive into the train depot, I believe. At least I hope they do. I'm going to be testing that right now. If you leave the end station, do you go and get repairs? Could you please show a firefighter? Soon, yes. I want to test the... hello, Archer. I want to test the repair capabilities right now. Maybe the repair station is too busy. It's only repairing a single vehicle, shouldn't be too busy. It is also allowed to repair trams. Let's see what it does. If it works. Maybe they need an end station next to a repair station. That would be a problem. I thought they would go into a train depot for repairs, but maybe they don't do that. Then I will have to place repair stations everywhere, I guess, where I have train depots. Namely also this one. I'm not gonna have a repair station here. Maybe it should be... okay, well, firefighter. A fire wagon. I guess I haven't set the most recent fire wagons to maximum speed that I acquired. Well, there's some horse carriage fire wagons. Firefighters working in here. Putin Samuel Timorovich. Well, currently back to free time, I guess. And inside the more industrial area we got fire trucks in some cases. Next to the steel mill. Most modern of firefighting equipment we can muster. Okay, so you're not gonna get repaired then. That's unfortunate. Then I will need a repair station next to the new tram end station. And I probably have to run the other tram line through there too. Falk is asking when there's a fire alarm. Well, I have fire warnings deactivated, so the fires just happen. Whenever we see a fire, I guess I can scroll to it, but if I turn the messages back on, I guess we would see it. Fire... notification for building fires. Not enough wardens. I don't know who Hulk is, but sure. Another small vehicle repair station here. Probably another small warehouse. There's a fire. That fire station has not dispatched anyone? No, it has dispatched a single... That's a concrete mixer. Where are they coming from? Where are you going? Oh, well, I guess it's only accessible by the dirt road. I guess that makes sense. But yeah, there's a fire alarm. The fires happen, I just only get notified if something burns down, not when they're just happening. I have that turned off because it happens so often. as well set up a repair station. Hulk is the alias of my daughter. Ah, okay. Hello, daughter of Acha. Welcome. Hello, Hulk. I guess I'll leave the fire messages on then. Maybe we can see one of the trucks in action. Hulk is a Brazilian professional footballer who plays for Atlético Mineiro. Right. Didn't know Acha's daughter was playing for a football team. That's interesting. You always learn something new. Not just in workers and resources. Waste storages aren't up yet, so this expo hall is spewing out tons and tons of pollution. Childish kicking, yeah. Definitely prioritize the waste storages, they are very important. Make sure the concrete mixers aren't getting stuck. Make sure the concrete mixers are assigned, because it doesn't look like all of them are yet. But there might already be vehicles on the way. Getting some extra pollution from the expo hall, I guess. Let me know when the repair station is done, we can assign the steel. Let me know when the warehouse is done, we can assign the rest. Let's take a tram ride. It's gonna go around the city where not a lot will happen, but then we're gonna go through the major tram station and see what it looks like. And there's also horse carriages that will slow our trams down. This is on fast speed. Here's the industrial area with the distribution offices. Delivery site on the right for our city's warehouses and the fuel tank. And the delivery vehicles will take a right-hand turn into the designated road for them to be mostly out of the way. Here's where the trams all get piled up, I guess. So many trams. Oh, we're almost at the expo hall area. You can see the heating plant behind the Republic Theater. At the steel mill and another heating plant. Beautiful. You can also only see the smoke coming from the chimneys. So first we'll drop off the people on the rightmost stop, and then the loop to get back to the end station. There's a lot of people here. And then a tiny bit of a ride through the city and its main road. How along the tram end station will take us. Shouldn't take too long, I don't think. Unintentional alarm. Well, the messages are enabled. So far none has happened. Guess I'll need to leave this open then, if we want to be informed once the next fire alarm has kicked in. Okay, maybe this is taking a little bit long. There's a lot of trams waiting here. Since we just assigned this line to the end station and it's got to figure out its line balancing. My storage almost done, which is good. Definitely need that. I think the prison is now self-sufficient, I would think. Loyalty seems really good. Finish a waste storage, please. Front entrance is not done yet. They should prefer it once it's done. I'm pretty sure it's better than the gravel footpath. The gravel footpath is really short though. Okay, these warden messages only appear for a very short time. It should be okay. We've got some really loyal prisoners in here still. And the amount of wardens seems to be sufficient to run it in almost all cases. Life expectancy is dropping though. Even for these houses. 66, 67, 57, 48, 49. It's okay, it's pretty bad, but it's okay, it works. We're still okay, population-wise, but yeah, life expectancy is massively reduced with the large production numbers that we're running right now. Probably because of the the power plants and the other production sector in the south. Too many criminal cases. Why do we not have enough highly educated people in here? What's going on? I guess there was a bit of a crime wave. All of these cases should go through successfully. Not sure what's going on. Well guys, it's been 3 hours. I guess we can go for a little bit longer, but not by much. Next time, like I said, we should be able to get over 10,000 citizens because I will build the heat exchanger and extend our water, sewage and electricity towards this area. Maybe we can also consider building around the heating plant to start claiming the area southwest of the steel mill. All in all, we might be able, current estimate, to get maybe, I don't know, 25,000 citizens in this area, which would be a quarter of our target. But I will need the brick production, the board production. I mean, it's all going to be with imported resources. And brick production and board production are going to be super easy to set up. I'm not going to export any of that, just produce it for local demand. And then the train that is currently picking up from the border can pick it up all locally. It doesn't have to go to the border anymore. The construction material train that brings it into this storage. But we would have a dedicated storage for the construction sector then at that point. It would still deliver to the rail construction area. But the construction sector would probably be close to the brick production and board production, and we would carry steel next to it as well. And later on prefab panels. Much, much later. Happiness is still going down. I don't know if we should try the alcohol idea. Currently I'm trying the loyalty idea. And the loyalty idea seems to be accelerating because we're over 2%, approaching 3% now in certain situations. I like that. Still no fire alarm. You know what? I think I'm gonna move the warehouse. I'm gonna put the warehouse here instead. Because this area is further away from service buildings, this area we could use for some more housing and or other service buildings, closer to the tram stops. I guess the year just started and, I don't know, there was a wave over the holidays. But the police stations should be fine. 4 unsolved cases. 2 cases are gonna go through successfully, which is gonna reduce their impact again. Maybe the pollution over winter is causing extra crime waves. Happiness is still dropping. How's the courthouse doing? Courthouse is still fine. Cars moving through pedestrian crossings? That's what they do. Okay, so we need more cases before... The 3 cases that ran through unsolved are excluded again, but I'm not going to remove the checkbox, we'll just have to wait for some more cases to occur. Okay, so the vehicles going through this tram end station are currently also not getting repaired, and these were running since the start. Oh, was that a fire? No, that was just smoke. Yep, they're not getting repaired. We need to send them through the other end station too. 4, 5, 6 end station. Then they can get repaired here afterwards as well. Should hopefully not take too long to get the repair station set up. Why are you out of alcohol? $11 tons of alcohol should be enough. I guess not. Need another train car for alcohol? Okay, sure. Alcohol train car is the 5th one. So we'll either make the 5th or the 6th train car an additional alcohol train car. So the same train car types are close together. The Expo Hall gets a lot of visitors, that's for sure. One, two, three, four, 5. Oh, it was still assigned to alcohol. It was a previous alcohol train car. I guess I lucked out. Sure, then I don't have to customize that and you can just move out again. Bring more alcohol into the city, please. Waste storage of that building also not done yet, also causing extra pollution. Should probably not run it until it's actually done. But what's a little bit of pollution, I guess. We need more people to feed into these houses again. I guess I'm going to turn off very loyal people inside the other prison's building. Those are dropping loyalty quickly. Oh no, those ones are accepting all loyalty. Yeah, you don't get the most loyal people anymore. Those are kind of wasted in the area. 94% loyalty. Just keep that in the small prison for now. I'm not sure if we're gonna get those again. We should, hopefully. But yeah, these loyalty shenanigans are not gonna have any impact on the overall loyalty until we start affecting the school. And that one we can do once we feel like we have sufficiently loyal people inside that structure. If I turn this to 50 or higher, only I think 4 teachers would show up. Because no other building has any loyal teachers nearby. 99% loyalty, better served in prison right now. Maintain the loyalty gain inside our prison for the moment. I should not get greedy. I just gotta let it sit and wait. Okay, I guess I'll drop 1% of workers onto the bus platform. How do we do this? Police station should have priority. That way, I guess. I'll send a ton of people to the bus platform, but I guess that's how it's going to be. Still not done with the main entrance. Are these not street lamps? They should be. I guess they're not showing up. Maybe once the dirt road is gone. The dirt footpath, I mean. Oh, the expo hall can be colored. Excellent. I like myself a brick building for the expo hall. This can't be colored. It can be colored. Okay. But yeah, I'm going to call it here for today, again. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Expect potentially more workers and resources tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to be streaming Slay Spire. That is... I'm going to play that probably, but I don't think I'm going to stream it right now. I'll be back with more workers and resources tomorrow, I think, and... I don't know, maybe some racing in the afternoon? I don't know what's planned in that regard. I don't know what's happening tomorrow. Is anything listed here? F4. Not for me. But yeah. We'll call it for workers. I'm gonna drop a save and then see if I can reduce somewhere appropriate with the same theme. And I'm gonna go and do some racing myself, but I'm not gonna stream it. Thank you, Dentrasi. I also will have to turn off the fire warnings next time again. They're gonna scare me. Let's see. Who can we raid? We can raid someone who is streaming in English with an English title. Let's try. What about this one? 1960 start, recent. Not playing in realistic mode, but setting up a stone quarry with a gravel processing plant, looks like. Not sure how much time they had, but yeah, they already have 2,100 people. We are going to raid over to someone called Clog and see how it goes. If you want to stick around for that, please do. If not, that is fine too. I wish you a very good rest to your Thursday afternoon, evening, wherever you are. And yeah, take care everyone, and maybe I'll see you next time.